welcome to the Prix Ars Electronica Computer Animation category online awards ceremony. I'm Emiko Ogawa, head of Prix Ars Electronica, and here is our artistic director, Gehrig, as a prize presenter. And we welcome the wonderful guests via online, Miwa Matreyek from US, Randa Marufi from France, and Maja Gehrig from Switzerland. So the computer animation category has been the part of the Prix Ars Electronica since the beginning of 1987, and still it's the development continued to display the strength and vitality. So in the meantime, so now all animation is moved throughout computer at the same point. So the jury members was asking the question themselves that what some point the animation is or what animation could be. So for the first time since inception, the jury meeting itself was held entirely online. So what kind of artistic exploration the jury selected, which kind of technological challenge are acknowledged. So they are really discussing about the project carefully via online. And the result is, so Gehrig, please announce and introduce our winning project and winners.
The result is, as always, amazing. We have in this category 15 awards that we are giving away, 12 honorary mentions, 2 award of distinctions, 1 Golden Nica. And here you see this wonderful selection of really exciting projects reaching from different kind of almost classical animation to digital imagery, and even installations are part of this selection of the honorary mentions, and I can only welcome you again and recommend that you look on our websites to see more about this really great project. But we are coming now to the top 3, and first to the award of distinctions. And the first award of distinction goes to Maja Gehrig from Switzerland for her animation Average Happiness. And Maja is with us online. And I hope she can hear me, because we would like now to ask you, Maja, if you could explain a little bit about your project. We are showing the video and we hope for your comments.
Okay, Average Happiness is about statistical diagrams that turn into bodies and get to a sensitive erotic state. So basically in that film, 7 minutes long, the statistical diagrams come to a mutual data climax. And the topic of the film is maybe to be surrounded about statistical diagrams, to try to read and to understand those diagrams. And especially in our time, as we are now, we are surrounded by diagrams that we try to understand, and we try to find our way in these situations. And for me, it was interesting to have these very objective diagrams. They try to be very objective and give them an own subjective life and an own story and own characterization.
Well, at the moment or during Corona, we have all seen so many data animations and diagrams, so it's really great to see the very wonderful and also humorful way that you have to approach data. Are you usually working a lot with data visualization?
I'm an absolutely naive person about data and data visualization, and I tried to keep that during the process of making the film. I did some research, but I tried really to get that non-data visualization approach, because they want to explain something, they want to make something understandable. And basically what I try with the film is to make it not understandable anymore, and to give the subjectivity and the insecurity that I feel in the world. To manifestate this feeling with these diagrams.
Wonderful. I think this is actually very revealing about the nature of statistics and data. Very often we get a kind of false impression of security from this data. So thank you very much for this really exciting work.
Thank you for the prize.
The next award of distinction, second award of distinction this year, goes to Randa Marufi for her animation SEBTA. And again, we will try the same thing. So I would like Randa to explain a little bit about the project while we are showing the video.
Hello.
Hello.
SEBTA means Ceuta's gate. Ceuta is a Spanish enclave on the Moroccan soil. The film SEBTA is kind of portrait of this city of Ceuta through the people who works in this border every day. Because it is strictly forbidden to take pictures at the border, I decided to shoot the whole film in a studio. So in this film, my will is to transcribe this particular tension felt on this small territory separating Africa from Europe, but also more general state of the world.
Really great. Maybe we can hear a little bit of the sound also of this video for a few seconds, because that's also an important part.
Otras de tráfico de ropa usada. O incluso de tráfico de personas que van escondidas en el interior de
work. How long did it take you to realize this project? Randa, can you hear me? How long did it take you to realize this project?
From 2015, I was there for the first time just to visit this border. From 2015 till 2018, it was the preparation of the project. And the shooting was in 2018, and the post-production was a very big part of the project, and it takes around 1 year.
Wow. That's really amazing, and the result is really stunning. A project that everybody liked very much in the jury, and also when we presented it here in Linz, it really got a very great feedback. So thanks again, and congratulations for getting this award of distinction. And we are coming to the Golden Nica now. This goes to Miwa Matreyek for a wonderful film and animation called Infinitely Yours. Miwa, congratulations, first of all, and same procedure. Hello. We are showing the video, and we would like you to talk a little bit about it while we are showing the video.
Great. Yes, I'm Miwa Matreyek. I'm an animator, designer, and performer based in Los Angeles. So the key is that I'm also performing in my animation. I come from a background in making animation, mostly in After Effects, but I am projecting it from front and rear projection, and I'm behind the screen creating a shadow with my own body as a performer. So I'm integrating my shadow as part of the composition of the layered animation, and I'm interacting with the animation. So normally I perform in a theatrical capacity. I'm normally in like black box theaters and live in front of an audience. And this piece is sort of dealing with my climate grief over the last few years, kind of inspired a lot by headlines and articles and news items that I was reading over the last few years about overfishing and plastics in the ocean and peak oil, like super storms and unprecedented wildfires, which is happening again right now in California and along the West Coast. So kind of taking all these different like headlines and news items, and how do I kind of like deal with my grief and express it as a series of images in a 26-minute performance. So yeah, I made it over 1.5 years or so. And the process is very integrated, where I'm testing images with my body and performance while I'm creating the animation.
When did you start to work with animations in your performances? I mean, coming from theater, one would expect the stage is your primarily area, but you are combining performance, stage, and projections and animations now.
It's actually opposite. I come from a background in animation, and I started integrating performance into my animation. Yeah, so my MFA is in experimental animation from CalArts in California. But in the process of being in school, I started collaborating with people from theater, dancers, musicians, and starting to build pieces that have animation but integrate performers. So I've been making work like this since 2006-07 or so.
Yeah. How do you see in something I would be very interested, this integration of genres like theater with computer animation, digital art? I mean, there are a lot of theater groups now who are looking into this kind of collaborations. Is this something that you think that has a future, or is it just a temporary trend?
I think there's a future to it in terms of just the kind of worlds and surreal worlds they could create through projection and combining it with theater. And I think for me, with my own work too, it's about being able to be in a fantastical space, but keeping a very empathetical kind of connection with a live audience, between a live performer and a live audience. And sort of the stakes of it being a real person and possibilities for mistake rather than something that's just all pre-made in the can, you know, on film. So, I mean, I do really enjoy performing and kind of sharing this empathetical space with live audiences, which of course we can't do right now, which I think we'll talk more about later. But.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this I think is also a great way to bring this notion of storytelling that we know from theater and performance into the digital media now, because it's really offering a great way of presentation. And what about the music? Are you also working on soundtracks for these pieces?
For my work?
Yeah, for your work. Is how important is music? Because, of course, in the field of performance and animation, we have a strong aspect of music as well.
Yes. So for Infinitely Yours, all the music was by my friend Morgan Sorn, and he's a LA-based vocalist and musician. And for some of my past work, we've had live music with a small quartet or a quintet. I also have a theater company that's separate from my solo work called Cloud Eye Control. So for that group, sometimes we have live musicians. But in general, I've worked with recorded music by friends.
Yeah. And how important is then improvisation in this? Because usually animation is a painstaking work of planning frame by frame. Performing is, of course, something, of course, you need a lot of choreography and preparation as well. But how is the moment of improvisation then taking place?
Sure. Yes. For my own solo work, so for example, Infinitely Yours, it is pretty choreographed because I am coming from an animator's heart, so I want control over every frame and every, you know, every like pixel, even with my shadow. There's some room for improvisation in terms of like how I perform my expressions, and you know, it's not exactly the same every time. But like I said, you know, I have other collaborations that I do work with, and with that, there's more room for improvisation where the images might be more reacting to the performer rather than the performer kind of being choreographed to the images. So it kind of runs a spectrum of working for me.
Great.
But yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And last 2 minutes, we are now making the official awarding. So we have these wonderful 2 certificates for the 2 awards of distinction. We will send them with the mail to you so that you will have the opportunity to enjoy it. And for Miwa, for you, we have this wonderful statue. Since 1987, it is given away to the prize winners of Prix Ars Electronica. This one is yours. Tomorrow we will put it in a box and sending all the way to you. So congratulations again to all the 3 of you. I hope we have more chances in the future to showcase your wonderful work here at the festival. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Congratulations again. Congratulations. The Cyber Arts exhibition, which is the showcase of our winning project, is also available in Linz and in Oka, Kotia. And also the video tour of this Cyber Arts exhibition is available online. The next program is the Play for Long Computer Animation, the discussion part with all 3 top 3 winners and the jury members. So Miwa, Randa, and Maja, thank you very much again, and congratulations again to all winners of Computer Animation category 2020 Prix Ars Electronica.
Bravo, bravo.